Firewatch, released by Campo Santo in 2016. How good can a video game be at making you feel something and tell a great narrative? And should you buy it? We'll cover that and more in Overview Under 5. You were introduced to the main character, Henry, through his backstory and how he met his wife, and what led him to take a position as a fire lookout in the wilds of Wyoming. As the story sets up, you arrive at Two Forks Tower, where you're going to spend basically the duration of the game. You're here to either escape your past or to find yourself, but while you're here, a mystery begins to unfold, and you realize the wilderness might hold some stories that you might not be ready to hear. Relationships will be built, they will be tested, and you will begin to question your own safety. And this story may mean something different to you based on where you are in your real life. Gameplay is actually pretty simple. You walk around the wilderness, spotting as you do as a fire lookout, and having conversations with your boss, Delilah. These conversations are key. It moves the story forward, and it keeps you busy while you're moving from point to point, progressing the story along even further. You do have a map that will help you navigate around, but as open world as this might seem, it's really not too hard to find your way around. You're kept on a fairly linear path. You can deviate here and there, but overall, it's going to be easy to get from point A to point B. Another traveling mechanic you'll find is rappelling. You're going to need some rope. You're going to go up or down, depending on which direction you're traveling. It all really just increases the immersion that you're out in Wyoming. Speaking of immersion, the visuals are stunning. You're going to look around and just love what you're seeing. Another facet of beauty for Firewatch is the voice acting. It is top-notch. It is engaging and emotionally charged. Here are two examples that are spoiler-free.
Well, that could be fun. Obviously, be very careful.
It doesn't seem that dangerous. Whoa, whoa! Ah, no!
Henry!
Seriously, it's completely fine in here.
God damn it. I'm sorry, Henry. What is it?
We'll get into it.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, you are here, and it's beautiful, and escaping isn't always something bad.
Now, I mentioned earlier about a mystery that begins to unfold. Well, as this wilderness gives up some of its demons, you get to experience Henry learning and growing through exercising his own. Throughout your adventure as Henry, you're going to genuinely begin to care for him. You're going to feel what he feels. You're going to see what he sees. And there are moments in this game that, depending on your situation and how your life is currently going, it might affect you differently. Whether or not you've been married, if you've had children, or if you've ever had the need to escape and find yourself. But don't worry, the story's not all downer. There are some fun little interactions between Delilah and Henry that, for me, there was a decent chuckle. Now, the environments overall, as the story progresses, there's a forest fire. No spoiler there, really. But the environments change. You can see that the area gets a little more muggy looking. There's smoke in the air. And eventually, it gets pretty bad by the end of the game, where navigating, while still not an issue, is a little more difficult. But overall, like I said earlier, it increases the immersion of this story. Now, while Firewatch generally has a slower pace than you may be used to, if you play a lot of first-person shooters like myself, the story unfolds at a good pace. You're going to be engaged the entire time. Now, Firewatch. How do I feel overall? Well, for a cost of $20, you're going to have an engrossing story that's going to last roughly 5 hours. You get to experience Henry, you get to experience some serious emotion that was kind of difficult to even narrate through on my Let's Play. But then again, it may have impacted me differently because I have a kid. But overall, Firewatch is approved. This has been an overview under 5 with Cheski. Thanks for watching. Go buy Firewatch. It's worth it.